Hey there everyone, it's Matt, and today I'm inside a 2012 Toyota Prius C. We're taking a test drive, as you can see, and I'm going to tell you what I like, what I don't like, and why I think you should get this car, or who should get this car for that matter. Starting off, we're on the highway right now. We are currently in eco mode, and I want to show you how this car is floored. You can see there are brake lights coming up ahead. Normally you would never floor a car. In this case I'm going to move over this lane and we're going to floor it. And it's going to take us forever to reach this car up here. Let's check out braking. Very nice braking for a small car. So average braking, I'd say. But moving on. The acceleration in eco mode is dead. It's supposed to kill it so that you do not waste your gas or do anything like that that would lower your fuel economy. I'm looking at what I'm recording right now, and it's pretty. I'm looking at the steering wheel half the time. I'm sorry. So while we're here on the light, let's take a look. I like the eyebrow information. I like the picture where you can see what the brakes are doing here as we move. You can see we're regenerating battery power. We're actually giving it to the wheels, moving us forward. And as we're stopped, we have nothing going on, of course. You have your digital speedo, and more information will be on the other side over here. You know, any kind of traction control loss or airbag information. And you can see that there we're in eco mode. Hit this again, eco mode turns off and it just goes into, I guess, average mode. You can have EV only, which now we're going to go in for a sec, but you'll see it's going to disengage when we go to a higher speed and accelerate too much. Look, and there it was. Already at 15 miles per hour, it deactivated EV mode, and now we're back in regular mode. Unlike the normal Prii, the third generation, and the V, there is no power mode. Because how would you have a power mode in this car? It's pretty dead. I'd equate this car to be like being inside a Yaris. I don't like the Yaris. But for some reason I like this. I think it's just the thought where you get, I believe, 53, 48 miles per gallon. 50 city, 48 highway. 53, sorry, city. And that's really good. And that puts me at ease, even being inside this whole cheap material car. But I digress, and we'll go around. Right now we're in a residential area. Seeing how it feels with these raised potholes, see how much road feel. As of now, you can feel a lot more road feel than on most Toyotas. It doesn't have as smooth a ride as most other Toyotas, even the regular Prius. Steering is pretty okay. I mean, it's tighter than I thought. It's not as loose as I thought for a Prius. That's good. We're going to turn down over here and we're going to stop the car. We're going to take a look at the interior and see exactly what information I can give on you. And maybe you can come up with your own conclusion to either get this car or never look at it again. We're going to pull off to the side here. Felt us lose traction for a second there, actually. Put the shifter, of course you have your kind of odd looking shifter top like most Prius have, but you just have a regular old boring shifter. Looks ugly, actually. Looks very cheap and ugly. I really don't like it. This stays there. Your cup holder does not come out, but you have your nooks for stuff. No top glove box, but you do have a nook for stuff. And you have your auxiliary port, USB port, and your cable tuck, so you can just keep your MP3 player up here if you'd like. Nice size vents. I believe you can get a push button start, that's where it would go. your information. But cheap materials all around. Even the wheel feels cheap. The only soft part I see is going to be right here. The rest is not, and it's all hard. Sound system in this car, average, not much bass, not much anything at all. You really don't get that. This is not why you get this car. You get this car because it's small, it's going to work well in the city, and get 5348. That's it. The only cool amenity I see again is that screen that gives you information. And hitting display, we're going to keep on looking at drive information, eco score, eco savings, past record. There's your settings and off screen. And there's your energy monitor, where we started off before. Nice little buttons. I'm glad that you have Bluetooth hands-free on here. No voice dictation though, or any voice controls. You have your radio controls here, mode, temperature controls here, which I like. Display control, which is what we were looking at earlier. So nothing special. Let's see how big the glove box is. Remarkably big actually for a small car like this. And right here you do have your charging port. The interior is not my style whatsoever. I know they're trying to make it look hip and cool. It just seems rough, and I don't like these stylized lines. They don't match the car whatsoever. It just looks wrong. Okay contrast on the side here, but that's really it. The rest of this car really doesn't do it for me. There's your speaker for your Bluetooth and your lights. So while we're sitting here, I'm going to turn on the gauges. This is how bright it would be with the gauges on, or the lights on, and gauges dimmed. So let's take a look outside and under the hood. So here we are outside. Let's pop the hood. I imagine no hydraulics on this, but it's going to be very light because it weighs nothing. Car is currently on, but it's running on battery, so all you hear is a nice little whir. There's your short stem for putting this up, but nothing special. Your small little engine's going to be here, and your hybrid synergy drive is a sticker, not a cover like on the Prius. Very boring if you ask me, but that's not why you got this car. We have our lights. I like them. They are nice, cool looking lights, and very bright, as you can see when we look directly on. The styling of the lights is one of my favorite. The rest of the car is pretty bulbous. I don't like this little ridge inseam on the top. It just looks boring and tries to be cute, I guess. Look in the back seat. Let's see how much space we have. This seat's as far back as it needs to be. You don't have any headrest adjusters. It's just one big piece, so that may annoy you. Okay, legroom. I can move around. Seat is one big bench. It's not a few pieces. You do have vents down here for cooling. I like that. You can technically fit 3 people here with this center headrest. In a second, I'm going to unlatch this so we can push the seat down. I'll show you how much space you can get out of this car. So there's how much space you have in the hatchback when all the seats are up. And it's okay. Nothing special. But pushing this aside, I hope this goes well. Seems like that's going to hit that, but this will load flat. There you go. And you do get more space. Enough space to warrant this being a hatchback, but it's the same space as the Yaris or the Honda Fit. I believe the Honda Fit gives you a little bit more. Nothing special. Cheap materials back here. But again, you're getting this so you can get all the gas mileage you would want out of this car. Myself, I like the taillights. They look cool from the back. I don't like the silver chromey stuff on the side. I never like that in any car. The white looks good on it because it's a cute little car and that's all it's supposed to be. You have your turn indicators here on the side, which are good. Wheels look very boring. They don't match up with the wheel as the Prius tries to, and it does really well, even with wheel covers. And there's your front. Looks angry. Looks kind of like a catfish. An angry catfish. Not really the most attractive car. Again, you get this if you're in the city. You want the idea of having a Prius. You want the high gas mileage. And that's it. Doors sound pretty tinny. Again, lightweight materials. If you're anywhere but the city, get the Prius or the Prius V if you can take the space, because those are much better cars and you can add much more to them than here. So my suggestion is, unless you have to, don't get this car. Get a Prius or Prius V. So this has been Matt, and I've been reviewing and test driving a 2012 Toyota Prius C. Follow me on WordPress, Facebook, and Twitter. Let me know how I'm doing, and I'll see you next time.